Final say reviews. Final say reviews. Welcome everybody to my second ever movie review. Now, this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to have to ask you all to watch a video before you watch this one. It's on Austin Burke's YouTube channel. It's his review of the movie Run. And it's going to be, I'm going to put the link to it in the description. But this is something, as I said, before I get the money for a studio and all the video editing software to do all the things that we want to do here on this channel. And I'll give you a little look at my set again. I've got a DS this time, and I've got a book right there. So that's part of my set. But what YouTube has asked me to do, it's sort of a meta review. It's a review within a review. They want to see how I could improve upon a review that already exists, how the words of somebody else's words would sound coming out of my mouth. And please, forgive me for stuttering. I'm a little bit nervous, as I said in the other video, but hey, I think I'm getting a little bit better. I've got note cards here, so we get everything exactly right. All right, without further ado, it's review time. Brand new movie on Hulu dropped today. It's called Run, directed by Anish Jugate, who I think is an exciting upcoming filmmaker. We're going to talk about this film. I need you in the comments down below. Did you enjoy it? Are you a fan of Sarah Paulson? If so, drop a thumbs up because Sarah Paulson is awesome. And a little thing I might have done there, instead of drop a thumbs up, I must have smash that thumbs up button. A homeschool teenager begins to suspect her mother is keeping a dark secret from her. Anish Jugate directed Searching, a movie I thought was, I don't want to say underrated because everyone who saw it loved it, but I just don't think it was watched enough. It was an awesome movie. You can see right there, I might have said it was a rad movie, so we're not using that word awesome too much. But this film is kind of going back to normal. We're not doing the entire thing via webcam or security cameras like that movie. This is a very simple story of a daughter who is starting to discover something is not right with her situation. And what I'm going to do in this review, I'm going to keep it spoiler-free, but I'm going to reference what we saw in the trailer. And what we saw was Sarah Paulson's character is keeping something from her, but also doing something a bit sinister as a mother. Now, you can probably guess where this is going to go, and I think that's my one knock on this film, is the fact that it's predictable. And if I wanted to get into other criticisms, I could say it would have been nice to maybe throw in a couple of flashbacks here and there, giving these characters a bit of backstory. What we know is what we saw through this particular moment in their lives. We go from beginning to end, and we never really flesh them out, even though all we need to know from them is established with what we get from the plot. So I do like the fact that Jugate said, we're not going to waste time with that. And see, that's going to lose me some points with YouTube because I stuttered a little bit there. We're going to give you a very simple story, but it's effective because of the filmmaking. The way it's so compactly edited and the building of intensity in this movie, especially when you look at Paulson's character and just this crazy, obsessed, very loving, but overly loving mother who's doing things because she loves her daughter. I do this because I love you. But clearly she's a bit messed up in the head. Now, when you start to discover why she's messed up, you're like, okay, still don't understand what you're doing, but at least we got something there. So I guess that is the character development we were looking for her character with the daughter, Chloe, played by Kiera Allen. A lot rides on her shoulders to give a terrified performance, because once she starts making these discoveries about her mother, she has to be convincing to us as an audience, and she is absolutely convincing, and frankly, she's awesome in the movie. Let's see, I might have said she was totally tubular in the movie. She's also determined to get herself out of this situation. Her mother, who has always been one very specific way, she will never change her ways. And yes, she raised me, and yes, she clearly loves me to an insane degree, but I have to do everything I can to get out of this situation. But it's extremely difficult for her because her physical situation she's been put in is a story we've seen before, and that comes back to the predictability. You're probably going to be able to guess how this movie plays out. There are some twists and turns along the way, and it did in a way that I thought was extremely interesting, and one that I think is going to have a nice payoff for those who are invested in the story. So some intensity, really interesting filmmaking. I love what Gate was able to do with the camera. Yes, the performances are great, and that's what the story kind of relies on. If you don't knock this out of the park on a technical and pretty much an editing level, then the movie's not going to work. Because again, the plot is so familiar, but the movie knows exactly what it is. It's simple. It's easy to understand, comprehend. You almost don't have to pay too much attention to where it's going. It's one of the easier watches I've had in a while. The execution is just so good, man. I had a great time. Let me know your thoughts down below. I love a movie that knows exactly what it is, and that's what I think this film is. As for my score, I'm going an 80%, man, an 8 out of 10. It just works. It works. It works really, really well. And a little change I might have made, as some of you probably saw from my first video, I like to do a pretty unique rating system. So maybe I stay with that 8 out of 10, but I'd make it a 4 out of 5 for those of you that know how to simplify fractions. I'd take it down to a 4 out of 5. But I would say, the name of the movie is Run, so I would give it 4 out of 5 sneakers. And I think this is one that I could recommend to a lot of people, and it's on Hulu. One of the better Hulu originals this year for sure. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy the reviews and you want to drop a thumbs up, that would be awesome. Now, like I said before, I'd be talking about getting the old mallet out, smashing that thumbs up button, and I'd say that would be insanely radical. Switch it up from awesome. That's a little tip I have for you, Austin. Stay tuned because more reviews to come. I watched Mandro on Amazon Prime. I'm thinking of watching Jiu-Jitsu. If you haven't seen that trailer, please go watch it. More reviews to come this weekend for sure. Of course, my live stream on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate the early screener from Hulu for this movie. And I'll see you soon. And as you all know, I sort of end my videos a little bit different. So instead of, I'll see you soon, I might say something like, I'll catch you on the flip side.